Where's he going? We've lost! Oh my God! We've lost! We're going to lose! We're going to lose!
Breaking his setup.
We're going to lose! We're going to lose! Oh my God! Oh my God! We're going to lose! It's not even funny!
It is.
It's not even funny!
Nah, it's a little bit funny.
It's not
brilliant.
funny, it's free! We're going to lose! We're actually going to lose! We are playing all of the defenders in the squad, and we're still losing? I said to you, Maresca, with these honky-dory substitutions, if we lose this game, you must pay for your crimes.
He did. Well, he's getting a lot of criticism, Maresca. By the way, everyone, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share. I may not be as loud today, still getting over this cold. It's actually hard for me to hold back from laughing, but it makes me cough and splatter everywhere, so I can't do it. But Maresca's getting a hell of a lot of stick. And I was actually looking at Chelsea's game back last night. I was looking at them, even if you just go back and look at the stats as well, momentum nearly all in Atalanta's favour. The substitutions, poor, absolutely poor. Everybody could see that. And a lot of people are going in on Maresca. Matisse's reaction isn't by itself at all. You can see here, have I got it ready? Yeah, Nini here. Actually, we'll go to Nini in a minute. This here is another Chelsea reaction to the goal. And almost look at the apathy and the overarching almost acceptance of where they might be heading.
Oh, there's nothing. The grass isn't always greener. They've scored. Oh, brilliant. It's 2-1 to Atalanta. I dread to think who was to blame. And just like that, we've ballsed it once again. Our worst fears have come to play.
He's gone. Absolutely gone.
And we've watched this team self-implode before our very eyes. He thought, yeah,
here comes the anger.
We'll take Trevor Chalobah off. Concedes immediately. But Wesley Fofana on. He'll do great. Concedes immediately.
Well, at least you can't blame Tosin.
Wesley Fofana gets injured. Let's bring Tosin on. You know?
Listen, I get the frustration. I get the anger. I get the annoyance. I do. But for me, it's Maresca. Maresca, I thought about it a lot last night. I get playing Tosin annoys Chelsea fans. But for me, there's been too much rotation, not enough relationships being built, too many players being played out of position when it isn't necessary. So, for instance, last night, you could have Enzo and you could have Caicedo in the midfield. You can put João Pedro in his best position at 10 and put Guiu as the striker. Even George could play the striker. But you could keep more players in the natural position. Reece can go to right back, and you could have Wesley Fofana and Chalobah play at centre back. You could have done that. It would have given you more stability. Tough place to go, Atalanta. Very good Champions League record this year. But it doesn't. It's too many bad changes. The loss a week ago against Leeds, again, yes, the players have got to take accountability, and I will always criticise players for doing a bad job. I did last night on the Full Fan Highlight Show. I think that Cucurella was largely at fault for both goals. I think that Fofana played a big part in the first goal. I think Reece James actually should have closed Castelliara down better for the second goal as well. But Maresca, too many changes. And I read a stat today that there's been 85 defensive changes this season so far for Chelsea. You are never going to create stability. Never, ever, ever, ever doing that.
With Carvalho, Terry, same old, and he's chopping and changing every week. I want him gone.
You want him gone, the manager? You want him out?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Well, he has made up to
That's crazy. Wants him out, wants him sacked. Any Chelsea fans agreeing with that? 3 weeks ago, you'd just beaten Barcelona. Flying high. You were going to catch Arsenal. 4 games later, you want him out. Who agrees with that? I'm not even judging. Just want to understand who agrees with it.
About 2 weeks ago, he'd made 85 changes to the team. A record.
85. I didn't realise it was that many, Dean.
Something like that, yeah. So, like, when you keep changing the back four, football's not changed that much. If you keep unsettling the back four, players like playing with each other. They like to know where they are. The left back, Andy Robertson, is playing with Van Dijk tonight, and Van Dijk knows where he is without even looking at him.
Yeah.
You put someone else in there who's played for someone else who plays a bit deeper.
Exactly that, Dean.
Yeah, so
exactly that.
You can't keep changing the back four.
I used to play to a half-decent level, and I was a centre-half, and it would change. When the back four changed, your game changed. It was hard to concentrate, so...
Yeah, no, look, it's a good point. You keep making changes, and he changes the team a lot, Maresca. But I think what Chelsea fans have got the hump with, Ollie, is he's playing players that are not in the main position. If you're going to make changes, fine, but play players in the position that they're best in.
I'm sick of watching Reece James at centre midfield. He's the best right back in the world.
I disagree with that. I think Reece James has done a brilliant job in central midfield, but I think you've got to pick and choose when to play him there. So you've got £250,000 worth of midfielders in Enzo and Caicedo. That should still be your go-to. Reece James should be stepping in there. I get it if you've got Cole Palmer out, if you've got Delap out, if you've got no strikers and you've got to move Pedro to 10, then you might need to move Enzo higher. But there are other options. And if you're not going to play Gusto at right back, Reece James has got to play. They should be the only two you're using at right back invariably is Gusto and Reece James. So it's about when to play him in the midfield versus when to play him at right back. And you've got to get that correct. And that hasn't happened. Please, by the way, people, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And let's take a look at what Nini's got to say here.
Problem with Chelsea right now has to be Enzo Maresca for continuing to overcomplicate things that don't have to be overcomplicated. Chelsea controlled the game in the first half, lost absolute control in the second half, and it was a second half in which we saw 4 fullbacks on the field. We saw countless defensive reshuffles as well too. This limited our attack. This stopped our potency, and most importantly, it stopped our intensity and fluidity on the field. And in games like this, away from home, all you're going to do is embolden the home team in a Champions League game to come onto you and mount the comeback. We offered nothing in that second half. In the first half, we took the sting from Atalanta completely. I can't understand why Maresca made the decisions he made. You had to take off Enzo, who looks like he's fatigued right now, and you just had to introduce Esteval Willian. Esteval was needed for his mobility, his ability to carry, essentially, things Chelsea fans feel we do not have enough of at all. Instead, you introduce Malo Gusto, who outside of the big games, when you're playing your press in, fighting frenzies, the inverted stuff just isn't offering anything against teams that Chelsea should be getting results against. It's not doing anything. I'm seeing Gusto playing balls backwards. I'm seeing Cucurella, who looks spent. He looks done. And you know this guy's going to be starting again against Everton this weekend. He needs a rest right now, and both goals came down his side. I saw defenders coming on for no reason. I didn't see Maresca enhancing on our attack, and I guess my biggest criticism with what I see with Chelsea's poor form right now is how under-optimized our attack is. Normally, you guys, when you have a deep-lying forward like Joao Pedro, there's 2 things you're asking for. You're asking for runners in midfield to make runs in behind him when Pedro comes deep, or you're asking for your wingers to make those diagonal runs inside when the striker drops deep. Instead, you have Joao Pedro dropping deep to no one for fullbacks to run into behinds, and then you have your wingers acting like wingbacks and fullbacks hugging the touchline, far away from disrupting teams. And it's like...
It's a really good point there by Nini. A really, really good point. And I think that the one thing where I'll defend Chelsea and I'll defend Maresca is the fact that no one knows how the Club World Cup is going to impact teams throughout the course of this season. Now, you could argue that Bayern are looking okay. They went out a bit earlier than Chelsea. City are looking okay. They went out a bit earlier than Chelsea. PSG seem to be looking okay, but yeah, they got to the final. So is it an excuse for Chelsea that they're now more tired than any other team because of the Club World Cup? Maybe, maybe not. We've got to look how things pan out over the rest of the season. But when you rotate, you've got to get the rotation correct. Yeah, as you said, there are some players that are starting to look really, really tired. But equally, I think it's more about the utilization. The constant chopping and changing at the back, you don't get any chemistry. You could have a really good you could have much better strength in depth in defense. But if it's a new group that haven't played together in a real game environment regularly enough, it takes a little bit of time to understand each other. But the attack's also true. I get Maresca likes defenders, wingers that hug the touchline. But you can't have a João Pedro playing as a striker who drops deep if your wingers stay out wide. It is such a great point by Nini, and I haven't really heard anybody else speak about it, but he's absolutely correct. That's why I wanted to highlight it. Really good take from him. Viewers, give us your thoughts and give us your opinions below.
The squad's not good enough. We can't beat Leeds. The squad's not good enough. We can't beat Bournemouth. The squad's not good enough. We can't beat Atalanta, who are 12th place in the Serie A. No, it's not good enough. The directors let Maresca down. Yeah, that's the narrative, right?
Yo, say what you want to say. I understand why y'all don't. Yo, CB. Yo, this idea that y'all motherfuckers be having that everybody in the fan base has to think the same. Just come and say what you feel.
You're not being authentic, though.
No, we saying how we feel. CB, I don't think like you, my nigga. I don't think like you.
You're being authentic, Jimmy.
I don't think like you, so just come and say.
Yeah, we know that. That's the problem. You lot all don't think like me. You don't. That's why I've been fucking thinking. That's why we haven't won a fucking domestic trophy in 8 years. I came humble, but you want to shout? I'll shout too, bro. We don't have to do this today, Jimmy. You lot are sinking the fucking club. VD, you got 30k followers, and you're tweeting shit about the lap being the same.
A nigga on YouTube is sinking the club. Bro, you sound fucking stupid.
You look, this is the problem.
Here's the thing I don't get. You all enable this mess.
You all enable this mess.
Your Twitter is ruining the team. Finally great again. So what happened? Your Twitter is ruining the team.
Inspired, bro. There's more things to achieve.
Expired. Okay.
There's more things to achieve. You still want to live off the Club World Cup. You still want to live off the Club World Cup in December 2025.
Erase your Twitter so the team can fix. Erase your Twitter.
No. You're part of the problem.
Because you came over here with chest and you come over here and throw the whole blood clot Chibo shade. Who not talking with chest?
I want to know why. No one's talking about Maresca. No one's talking about Maresca. I don't know why.
So what do you think?
You bitch ass nigga, you talk about him.
Is that what you want? Is that what you
want? Talk about him, nigga. Talk about him. Shut the fuck up about what we do. You talk about him.
Relationships about the club.
Wow. Well, listen, that is a civil war. I said, I can't laugh properly. It hurts. I've got to hold it back, but my word, CB there, Jimmy, both friends of the Football Terrace. You guys can unpack that for me. That's what you can do. My head's in space at the minute because of this flu. So you guys let me know. But that is one of the biggest meltdowns I've ever seen in my life.
Really upset he's not playing, which I respect. He wants it out the team, I respect. A couple of lines about throwing people on the bus, wrong.
Yeah.
He needs to reverse a little bit away from that. He needs to deal with that with the manager. This needs Virgil van Dijk to go. How are we sorting this out for the benefit of not even so much the club or the team, it's the fans. I've seen this and I've lived it. I lived it with Suarez when he fell out with Brendan, face to face. I've seen it all and I've been there myself from a personal point of view. I done the Salah statement in 30 seconds against United and got sent off. Yeah. So no one's perfect. We've all had head loss as players. We've all done emotional things where we think, oh, and I know in time when this all calms, Mo will go, I shouldn't have said that. I maybe shouldn't have said that. And I was a bit emotional, I was a bit hasty and blah, blah, blah. But the end of the day is, Liverpool Football Club need Mo Salah back playing well, back scoring goals because he is the best player, the best scorer, and he will help them get out of this. If this goes on, this is bigger than what we all know and what we see.
I love what Gerrard has said here because I think what Gerrard has done, it's the nuance. And I feel like the nuance has been missing in this conversation by a lot of people. And I feel that, and I want to make sure I articulate this in the correct way. I feel that there is very little room for nuance these days when it comes to these conversations. Everything is framed in absolutes. It's either this or it's that. It's either black or it's white. And it isn't. You can acknowledge Salah's brilliance over the last 8 years and still the importance for him to get back to his very best when it comes to putting the ball into the back of the net. And you can still believe that his comments and his behavior was self-serving and disgraceful. Saying it was a disgrace to come out and throw your club teammates and manager under the bus, even if you feel hard done by, making that public is wrong. At the same time, there always has to be a way back. But Mo has got to believe he's made a mistake. Mo has got to believe that what he did was wrong. Maybe not his motivations, maybe not how he feels, but your actions. You could be annoyed at your boss at work, but there's certain ways that you may behave in reaction to that are wrong. Nuance. I think we're missing that, not just in this conversation, but we're missing it across general society. If you break the rules of your company and lose your job, it doesn't matter if your boss annoyed you or upset you or broke the rules himself. If you then go and commit gross misconduct, you are still losing your job. That's it. We've got to bring that back. We've got to bring that back. I see it so much. I really, really do. But I'd love to get your views on this compared to what compared to what Carragher said. What do you make of this from him? I'd love to get your views and opinions on it, people.
Absolute idiots. We gotta press higher. Another fucking idiot deciding the game. I said before, I fucking hate German referees. I hate Dutch referees. I hate Germans and Dutch referees. They think they are better than everyone else. Why is that a penalty, bro? I hope that they keep Arne Slot forever, to be honest with you. This is the history of Inter. Choking is your DNA. Hold. United are almost top 4. Great weekend of football. Have some shame and decorum, bro. Who are you playing in the Champions League now? Who are you playing in the Champions League this weekend?
Champions League isn't played at the weekends, Mo. Just before I let you know.
Who are you playing in the Champions League this weekend?
No Champions League at weekends.
Bro, fucking shit, referees. What did I tell you, Judge Mo? What did I say? Great. Let Liverpool keep Arne Slot forever.
Rattled.
Absolute joke, man. Horrible decision. That is absolute robbery. It's robbery. Oscar acting, man. That is absolutely Oscar acting.
I think it's a penalty. I really do think it's a penalty. He did dive, but that he does go down when he shouldn't. But I really did think it was a penalty. He holds on to him for the better part of 2 seconds.
That. Oh my days, man.
Look, I get it. I get Saeed's in tears. It's Liverpool. I didn't want Liverpool to win. I thought it was a foul. I've got to be honest with you. I thought it was a foul. I would want the penalty in that circumstance. Viets is going to get to the ball. Who knows what he's going to do when he gets it? Could turn on the inside, shoot and score. Could turn and find a teammate and score. And he was pulled for about a second and a half. And it was full on. You see his shirt completely stretched out. I think it's a foul. You may see it differently. Give me your views and opinions on that in the comments section below.
were there to be taken. Aston Villa done it.
Maybe we're there to be taken because of the injuries. Like I said,
How long
all
did
season.
that take for the injuries to come up, Jeff?
But it's the truth, though. If you look, we've just had Gyökeres back. He's still not in full form. We don't have Havertz.
Aston Villa missing Tyrone Mings, centre back. Villa's bench.
Tyrone Mings, come on, mate.
Villa's bench: Lindelof, Bizot, Digne, Garcia, Bogard, Hemmings, a young lad, Buendia, Sancho, Marlon. Arsenal's bench: Kepa, Louis Skelly, Wanyeri.
Right, very quickly here. Arsenal squad is better than Villa's. Villa are playing very well, deserve to win, and did a fantastic job, not just to beat Arsenal, but the run of form they're on. I'm taking nothing away from Aston Villa. I'm talking here about Gabby. Look at the energy when he's saying the names of the Arsenal players. I remember how many times he's criticised their squad, their ability, how they're overhyped. Now, because it serves his purpose, he's bigging them all up massively.
Gyökeres, Martinelli, Brazilian superstar, Mads Wakey, God knows what he cost. Trossard, how dare you talk about injuries?
First of all, Trossard is injured. He came on and came back off, right? Niggles. He did get the goal as well, but he came on, came back off. Madueke still catching fitness. You know, Gyökeres not fully fit yet.
You're back 4 on the weekend. Calafiori, experienced player.
Yeah.
Right back, Ben White, top right back. Centre half. Timber, Dutch international, play centre half many times, no problem.
Not for Arsenal, though.
Hincapié, 50 caps for Ecuador. So I can't have the injuries. You still got to...
See, this is the thing. I think injuries do play a part. And I've been consistent about that. I think that when Chelsea don't have their best players, they're not as good. I think when Liverpool don't have their best players, they're not as good. When City don't have their best players, they're not as good. And I think that's fair to say. What's interesting, though, is remember that clip maybe 10 minutes ago of Dean Saunders saying that it isn't just the quality of players. When you're chopping and changing all the time, you're building new relationships. You don't quite know where each other are going to be. That leads to more thinking. If you overthink, that leads to more mistakes. That's where I look at this and go, Arsenal play the team in great form at the minute in Aston Villa. If they'd played Aston Villa away in the first 2 or 3 games of the season, I think Arsenal win because the form was different. Arsenal's issue was they had a back 4 playing together in that order for the first time, and they weren't anywhere near their standards. Say that back 4 played the next 10 games together, I'm pretty sure you would see their quality start to shine through. But at the same time, Villa would have deserved winners. I'm not changing my stance on that. But just remember what Gabby has said here, because this is why we do Killing the Game. Remember what Gabby has said here, because in a few weeks' time, if Arsenal won 4 or 5 on the bounce and their fans are talking about great squad depth, he'll start to play it down and attack some of these players. Watch the energy change. As ever, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. I'll see you soon. Peace.